With modern computers, artists have the ability to record albums, design play sets, or even make news packages, all from the comfort of their homes. Though once media is created and finalized, artists still need capital to bind their books, press their albums, or even tour independent films to festivals. And that is the traditional place where a publisher or label is an absolute necessity. There is another option, though, that has become viable for artists and creatives across the nation: Kickstarter.com. This is a website which bills itself as the world's largest funding platform for creative projects. While Kickstarter caters to a wide variety of creative projects, they have guidelines which keep the types of projects on the website focused. These guidelines include funding for creative projects only, no charity funding, no projects which fund the creator's lives, and also a list of other prohibited items and subject matter such as drugs and raffles. Both artists and funders have responded to the funding community Kickstarter created. In 2011, Kickstarter reported more than $99 million pledged for more than 11,000 successful projects. This is an increase of more than 3 times from 2011. Officials from Kickstarter declined to be interviewed for this story because they say that they like to keep the focus on the artists. One artist who has successfully launched a Kickstarter project is Augusta resident Mark Lone. Lone is a comic book artist who draws anything from the macabre, such as zombies, to traditional comic book characters and celebrities. I sat down with Lone to talk about Kickstarter. Lone described his Kickstarter project and what he intends to do with the money he raised from this project.
Sure, yeah. Well, our Kickstarter funded project, Red Band, about the drunk redneck alcoholic Richie who has to fight off zombies at the Texas Fair. Yeah, pretty much penciled by Stefano Carticelli from Italy, and then I'm doing the finishes, which means I'll be doing the inking and then the coloring and the lettering and everything, spiffing it up and just making it final for the final printing process. So
you have all the artwork done for this comic book.
Mm-hmm.
You have the layouts all done. What do you need to use the Kickstarter money for?
Well, the Kickstarter money is mainly for printing. Also serves as a really good pre-order process. So like if somebody wants, you know, if they're like, hey, I think that project should happen, I'm going to donate $5 to it. Well, not only do they help us by printing, they also are going to get a signed copy and then, you know, some original artwork with that too. So, I mean, there's a lot of different rewards and things for the donations.
One of the stipulations of Kickstarter is that artists must reach their goal amount to receive any money from their project. Lone describes how this worked in the Red Band comic offering.
We actually did very well with our dollar amount. I think when you do Kickstarter, you have to put a goal. So, and then there's a certain time amount.
Right.
So I think it was like they gave us like 30 days to come up with $225. We had tried it before and we didn't reach our goal. Like the goal was like 500 and we got 450. So then you don't get none of it.
So you don't get anything when you don't meet that 500 reserve or the 250 in the second instance.
Exactly, yep. And I think if you don't reach that marker, then the money doesn't come out of the donation or the people's accounts or whatever.
So do you feel like there's some nerves at the tail end when you're doing a Kickstarter project, when you're at that last day, wondering if you're going to make the reserve?
We were getting down there. We had like 10 days left and we were almost at our 225. This is our second Kickstarter that we tried. So we figured we'd try to make the goal a little lower this time and just shoot for 225 instead of 500. And well, in the last 10 days, I decided to make an event on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Or on Facebook, rather, excuse me. And just invite a ton of people. And then on the event page, we put on there, thank you for looking. Please help us get the project out. You don't have to donate, because we realize everybody's broke right now with the economy.
Right.
So there's not a lot of money for fun things like comic books and things. But if they could spread the word, maybe like their rich uncle would see it or something. Right. That's their friend on Facebook. And that really worked a lot too. So it was like, you know, if you can't donate $1, just hit share. And a lot of people really helped us out by sharing. So we actually doubled our amount So we can print twice as many books now.
But raising money from Kickstarter isn't the final goal for many of the artists who place their project on the website. Lone describes the artistic validation he feels from his project and plans for the future.
I think it's probably a good thing, but it also tells you what demand, that there is for your product. Because not only are we using the Kickstarter, we're all actually putting money out of our own pockets into it too. Because to make a full comic book, it's about $3,000. If this book turns out as good as we think it is, which it really is, I just got a chance to look at Stefano's pencils today for it. Oh man, it looks awesome. So I think as an inker, I might be able to get a good foot in the door at some of these bigger companies like Image or Dark Horse, or at least have some of those important eyes on my work just a bit. So it could be a pretty good exposure deal for me.
If you or someone you know is interested in funding a project through Kickstarter, they can check out www.kickstarter.com/start and learn from there. For Inside Eau Claire, I am Scott Morfitt. Stay classy, Eau Claire.